Hello everyone and welcome to Africa's Craziest, where we bring to you the good, the bad, and the outrageous insights about Africa. In today's video, we are looking at the 10 highest paid presidents in Africa and their estimated income per year. Before we get started, kindly click on the subscription button and notification bell to be notified each time we put up a new video. Also remember to like, comment, and share if you find the video interesting. It is a known fact that there are rich personalities and figures here in Africa and that the leaders of the different countries on the continent are not left behind. There are quite a good number of presidents earning and receiving a huge amount of money every year. Note that this list doesn't portray how rich the African presidents are, rather, it only contains the top 10 highest paid presidents in Africa and their respective yearly incomes. So let's get into the countdown now. 10. Denis Sassou Nguesso, the President of the Republic of Congo, with an annual income of $108,400. Denis Sassou has been President of Congo since 1997. As President, he earns $108,400 annually, making him a big earner as far as the presidents of Africa are concerned. Before rising to the presidency, he was a military leader in the country's army. He was also president from 1979 to 1992. He is believed to be one of the richest African leaders, even though an exact estimate of his net worth is not available. The Republic of Congo has a GDP per capita of $1,972, however, there is plenty of potential for growth. 9. We have Azali Asamani, the President of Comoros, with an annual income of $115,000. Azali Asamani, 59 years old, has been the president of one of Africa's poorest and unpopular countries, Comoros, since 2016. Prior to then, he served the country from 1999 to 2006. The president made it to the list despite the fact that the people of the country are not finding it so easy. Azali Asamani earns about $115,000 every year, putting him on the 9 spots on the list. 8. Emerson Mnangagwa, the President of Zimbabwe, with an annual income of $146,590. Emerson Mnangagwa has been President of Zimbabwe since November 24, 2017. He earns $146,590 per year in his position as president, making him one of the top-earning African leaders. He presides over a small country with a population of about 14 million people and a GDP per capita of $1,128. The country has a diversified economy that has plenty of potential for growth. 7. Teodoro Obiang Mbasogo, President of Equatorial Guinea, with an annual income of about $152,680. President Teodoro Obiang Mbasogo has been President of Equatorial Guinea since August 1979. He earns $152,680 per year as president of the country, making him one of the highest paid presidents in Africa. Equatorial Guinea has a good economy, the major export is petroleum, but the country also has many other exports in varying quantities. The country has a GDP per capita of $7,143, which is quite good by African standards, and there are other presidents earning far more than Teodoro Obiang Mbasogo. Furthermore, after more than 40 years in office, he could have increased his salary if he wanted to. Equatorial Guinea enjoys a rather high quality of life. This is considered one of the richest African countries. 6. Abdelmadjid Tebboune, the President of Algeria, with an annual income of $168,000. Abdelmadjid Tebboune has been President of Algeria since 2019. He presently earns $168,000 per year as the President of the country, and has also held other sensitive positions in the country such as Minister of Defense, Prime Minister, and Minister of Housing. Abdelmadjid Tebboune is the most powerful man in Algeria, and one of the most powerful persons on the continent. He has instituted wide-reaching reforms all over the country, aimed at turning Algeria into one of the biggest economies in the world. Abdelmadjid Tebboune has unified the country and set it up on the right path. His salary of $168,000 per year is quite modest for a country like Algeria, which is considered quite wealthy by African standards. 5. Yoweri Museveni, the President of Uganda, with an annual income of $183,216. General Yoweri Museveni is the leader of Uganda, a position he has held since 1986. He earns an annual salary of $183,216, earning him a place among Africa's highest-earning presidents. With his huge salaries over the years and additional payments due to him as leader of Uganda for about 35 years, he has amassed a fortune estimated at about $13 billion, making him one of the richest persons on the continent. Yoweri Museveni was a military officer who led rebellions against Obote and Idi Amin. He helped restore sanity in the country after it was almost run aground by Idi Amin. Although he is no longer courted by Western powers, Yoweri Museveni has managed to stabilize the country and to rebuild the economy. He has opened up Uganda for business and attracted investors from all over the world. President Yoweri Museveni is one of the longest-serving, non-royal leaders of any country. For Uhuru Kenyatta, former president of Kenya, with an annual income of about $192,000. President Uhuru Kenyatta was the president of Kenya. Interestingly, his father Jomo Kenyatta was the first president of the country. With an annual salary of $192,200, Uhuru Kenyatta was one of the highest-paid presidents in Africa, and with an estimated $2.5 billion, his family is the richest in the country. Uhuru Kenyatta has a personal net worth of about $500 million, making him one of the richest in the country. Uhuru Kenyatta proved his political mettle by initiating some long-lasting reforms. Though a former president, he has already proved himself as an astute investor and businessman. 3. Cyril Ramaphosa, the president of South Africa, with an annual income of about $223,500. Cyril Ramaphosa is the president of South Africa. He is also a businessman, and for a time he was a labor leader. Cyril Ramaphosa is worth an estimated $500 million, and so his wealth does not depend on his position as president. He is one of the richest persons in South Africa, and one of the most powerful on the continent. He is an astute politician and businessman. Cyril Ramaphosa is a wealth builder. 2. Mohammed VI, His Royal Highness the King of Morocco, with an annual income of about $480,000. King Mohammed VI of the Kingdom of Morocco is the second highest earning leader in Africa, and no doubt one of the most powerful. He ascended to the throne on July 23, 1999 upon the death of his father, King Hassan II. Morocco is a hereditary monarchy, and so he took the throne after his father died. He is also going to sit on that throne until death, which will make him the longest-serving leader in Africa. King Mohammed VI's palace has a daily operating budget of $960,000. Every year the state pays 2.576 billion dirhams to the palace. This covers staff salaries, clothes, cars, as well as maintenance of equipment. 1. Paul Biya, the president of Cameroon, with an annual income of about $610,000. The president of Cameroon, Paul Biya, is the first on our list of highest-paid presidents in Africa. Paul Biya has been president of Cameroon since 1982. He is one of the most powerful men in Africa, and at 90, he is also the oldest head of state on the continent. Paul Biya earns $620,976 in salaries every year. That is by far the highest amount earned by any leader in Africa, and even more than the President of America Joe Biden makes per year. President Paul Biya has been ruling Cameroon since November 6, 1982, making him one of the current long-serving non-royal heads of state in the continent and the world at large. Paul Biya earns an estimate of $620,976 in a year. This does not include fixed premiums, fees of sovereignty, and the weekly notes. This put him first on our list. The highest-paid presidents in Africa do not necessarily govern the richest countries on the continent. However, because the continent is experiencing notable economic growth, it is possible to say that being well paid has allowed the leaders to focus on the job of building their countries, rather than be distracted by corrupting influences. The yearly salary of each of those presidents doesn't make them one of the richest presidents on the continent. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, like, comment, and why not share it with your network. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video on some of the craziest things about Africa.